The week 4 slate is upon us, and hopefully this week injuries are turned off. Last week was a debacle. This week, we ride, unlike Broncos Nation. I really need to get over this. To the DFS Deli. I am the proprietor of this delicatessen, Sully Ali Shaheed, and I am joined tonight on the early descent into week 4 main slate. We are talking the first look, the core plays of the week, because we are the only podcast, the only show that does these on Wednesdays with the greatest of ease, with the most accurate takes, because Lord knows we're not waiting on any injury news. So everything we say tonight should be finite, set in stone, and should be applicable for Sunday's main slate. So, having said that, I know nothing will change, right? Right? I am joined tonight by my 2 full-time employees. Not 1, but 2 full-time employees. Chill, Baker, welcome to work. How are you 2 tonight? How is it going? Well, feel free to just jump in there. It doesn't matter.
Somebody get in there. No, I mean, it's a good day. Just kind of looking at the early preview of the slate. Looking to see what direction I kind of want to go in here, and it's we only got 3 afternoon games, so that kind of makes the early part of the day kind of intriguing, because we have the Thursday night game, the London game, and the Monday night game. So losing a lot of games there. So interesting week there, and just getting ready to dive on into the slate.
Baker, welcome back. I'm glad you got out of work on time. Welcome back to work. How art thou on this week 4 early descent? Feel free to unmute yourself whenever you want. Why do I have to go through this every fucking week?
Because every time the show starts, I end up clearing my throat, and I don't want to interrupt your, giant welcome. Like my throat going, and then I forget.
As you just do it.
And then I forget too.
Anyway, go on. How are you? Or do I even care? Do we care?
I mean,
I care. That's why I asked.
I hope you care, because if you don't, I'll just, roll over, go to bed, and, continue to watch wrestling. Gosh.
I do. I asked you about your personal relationships. I asked you about how everything was going. I care about you, Baker. I care. If no one else cares, I care.
My personal relationships are good, I think. Maybe a little bit. I'm currently enjoying a Bell's Hearted October feast. And I'm just like chill. I'm ready to dive on in. That felt weird to say.
Well, Baker, you know what? No. I'm not making any Friendsgiving puns yet. We're not ready for that, because you already know I'm diving into something. Sorry, Blaine. It's your mom. Anyway, news and notes.
You're not diving into the vegan mashed potatoes? Vegan potatoes?
Oh, I got to bring Studer. I'm bringing the vegan mashed potatoes. Believe that. Injury news and notes. Jonathan Taylor held out of practice today with a toe. Jonathan the Toe Taylor. Christian McCaffrey slipped on a banana peel. He is on the injury report again, like we expected. Mac Jones, back injury. Looks like he's going to be out. Rondale Moore cited back at practice. So could we finally get to use a cheap Cardinals option this week? There's a lot of things that are going to dictate the slate, as we talked off air about some DraftKings pricing and their backup running backs. Looks like we're not going to have DeAndre Swift this week as well. And David Montgomery dealing with a knee and ankle injury. It looks like we'll be without him. So there might be a situation where DraftKings did do a good job of pricing these guys up to the point where they're not free squares, but their price is definitely not prohibitive. on the slate. So as far as ownership goes with their backups in Williams and Khalil Herbert, it looks like most of the chalk will go there. But on FanDuel, they literally priced those two guys the exact same. So the starter and the backup, the exact same price. And I think they're $7,400. So ownership's going to be a little different when it comes to those guys over there. But as FanDuel's algorithm goes, everybody is at a discount. So what we saw in week 1 with Jonathan Taylor being 10-2, he is now a cool 8-7.
Woo!
CMC, no, 8-8. A cool 8-7 for CMC. Saquon Barkley, 8-0. And your highest price running back on FanDuel, Nick Chubb. I guess I respect that, but still.
I mean, did we not get the memo there or something?
What, that he's really good at football?
Highest priced? Did we miss
highest
something?
Highest price, though.
I don't know.
Did we miss something?
I mean, his snap share is only 56.2%. That's a little much for being the high price running back on the slate.
Hey, it could open up some opportunities where it could be low ownership. It could.
Nick Chubb.
But I know on FanDuel, I'm not paying that for Nick Chubb. I'm just not doing it. I don't care about his ownership. That's just me, though.
Nick Chubb's always low owned. Nobody wants to click Nick Chubb's name.
Well, we should have 2 weeks ago against the Jets.
In case in point, we still didn't want to.
I know, but we should have. But as we do on our main slate show, is that we go position by position, breaking down each of the core plays, some of the guys that are interest to us and should be of interest to you to build your rosters on the main slate. Once again, no London game. No Bengals, Dolphins. So some of these high-priced receivers, they're off the board. So you're looking at Steph Diggs as the guy, sitting in a tier by himself in pricing on both sites. Can you afford him this week? Because he is in the highest over-under on the slate, in the juiciest matchup of the day between the Ravens and the Bills. So we'll explore that when we get to the receiver category. But where we always start, the quarterbacks. And for some reason, is that I don't know what you guys are looking at, but for some reason on my sites, like when I pull up my accounts and I try to like build a lineup and, I start with the quarterback position and they only gave me 4 options. It's really weird. Do you guys see that, or is it just me?
That might be a FanDuel thing, because over in DK, I see everybody.
Oh, you see Chill? Do you see more than 4?
I'm pulling up FanDuel right now.
Yeah, just go ahead and do that for me, because on my screen, I see Lamar, I see Josh Allen, I see Jalen Hurts, and I see Geno Smith. That's that, but I can't select anybody else.
No, I got everybody.
Oh, you do?
Slate.
Oh, that's really weird.
I mean,
because
are you on the main slate?
Yeah, I'm on the main slate. I'm not on afternoon only. It's really, really strange that I'm literally only playing 4 quarterbacks this week and nobody else is an option for me. I'm sorry. So I don't need to justify how good Lamar is. I don't need to justify how good Josh Allen is. Josh Allen had, by all intents and purposes, a bad fantasy day last week, and he still dropped over 30 DK points. Lamar is a walking double bonus, and against the defense that continues to drop like flies, this could be another spot where, chalky or not, we could see another Lamar explosion game. We could see a Josh Allen explosion game. And of course, the hurt business, he is what he is. 3rd in the league in passing yards, first NFL quarterback in NFL history with 900 passing yards and 100 rushing yards. He is the goal line back. This guy just does it all. And then at a cheap option, and only for this matchup, specifically for this matchup, just like I said last week, is Geno Smith. They let him cook. They let him cook last week to the tune of over 300 yards, a couple touchdowns. Yes, he had an interception at the end of the game, but he was trying to drive down to win the game. I get taking a risk, but he was fine. And those are my most successful lineups last week, if you didn't notice, because, well, there were a lot of things went wrong last week for a lot of different people. But in this scenario, I don't think, and you guys can try your best, and I really want you to, but I don't see any scenario where I'm using anybody else but these 4 guys. Ownership, ceiling, price, anything considered. Because no one on this slate has the ceiling of these 3. And as far as savings go, if you want to go down and get somebody else in these lineups, if you want to play for your Mark Andrews and Steph Diggs of the world, Geno gets the Lions. I don't need to say anything else about that. So, chill, try and convince me why I should consider playing anyone else besides those 4.
I don't think you have to.
But why though?
I mean, those 4 are more than enough to get it done. The only other low price option that I would play would probably be Marcus Mariota again, especially if Myles Garrett's ruled out.
Are we 4 for 4 in weeks that Chill stocked up Marcus Mariota at this point?
I mean, until he burns me, I'll keep playing him.
Dude, Marcus Mariota is helping your boy get some dubs. So I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
By the way, quick question for you guys. Quick question.
I don't think I played him. I don't think I played him when they played the Rams.
Fair. Baker, what's your question?
How'd that whole Kyle Pitts week go for you?
It went well.
It went very well, actually.
I mean, did it not go well, Baker? I'm confused.
It didn't. Kyle Pitts did nothing. If you had a successful
no.
lineup,
How many points did he get?
Like -2.
It wasn't -2. And not to mention Marcus Mariota missed him on an 80-yard bomb. But can you pull up his stats for me, Baker? Can you tell me how many points he got?
I would love to bring up his stats. As I have to continue to scroll down tight end because he's so far down.
Yeah, there's a lot of missed opportunities for Kyle Pitts. There ain't no doubt about that. So the explosion is coming. It's coming. It was coming last week.
I mean, 13 points. Really? This is what we're boasting about? 13 points?
Okay, so he basically tripled his value, right?
He 3x'd.
He 3x'd. So do you not want a player who 3x's their value or not?
All I heard last week.
I just want to know.
All I heard is explosion.
And he's 3x.
Literally 3x is explosion. 3x is value. Cool. You met your value. You guys want to sit here and freaking woo over this Kyle Pitts explosion week. That's all I heard on Saturday. Kyle Pitts.
And he got 13 points.
Like I want to go back and play the Kyle Pitts drinking game and do a shot every time you guys play. Talk about Kyle Pitts. I will be wasted before you get done with quarterbacks.
He 3x.
Baker, I mean, literally, if he connects on that touchdown that clearly he overthrew, we're talking $120-1. So, I mean, the opportunities are there. They finally realized that, hey, throwing to Kyle Pitts is actually pretty smart.
I mean, I agree.
So that should continue.
If he connects, but he didn't. So the explosion, because I'm sorry, Chill, a 3x is not an explosion. You met your value.
He 3x.
But that's not my point. My point.
He went past his value.
My point is, you guys kept. The entire point was he met value. He literally met value. He didn't pass it. He met it.
No, meeting value would be if he scored like 5 points.
Anyway,
right, that is 1x. That is literally meeting value. Baker, he barely had he had a couple less points than Travis Kelce, who was double his price.
Oh, Travis Kelce busted.
Okay, but Kyle Pitts didn't. So there's that.
Explosion.
And Kyle Pitts was very low price. So what did Kyle Pitts allow you to get into your lineup? And what lineups were you putting Kyle Pitts in? Because if you put Kyle Pitts into a Geno lineup or a Marcus Mariota lineup, that lineup hit.
Yeah, it was looking sexy.
The entire point is, all I heard was Kyle Pitts explosion. 13 points is not exploding.
He 3x'd.
That's not in. Okay, that's an.
Yeah. Listen, we are quarterbacks. Okay, we will get to tight ends because Kyle Pitts is going to absolutely wreck the Cleveland Browns. All right.
I feel like at this point I just can't play Kyle Pitts for the rest of the year just because you guys ruined him.
Then you don't want him in money. You don't like money. You don't like money.
Baker, you weren't going to play him regardless. So what's the point of this conversation? You were in no realm were you ever going to play Kyle Pitts.
You guys ruined Kyle Pitts for me.
No.
You
There's
people.
no such thing.
You
There's no
people.
such thing.
There's
You
absolutely
can
thing.
play Kyle Pitts.
I can.
You can play him.
I have the
You can
ability.
absolutely play
I
him.
have the ability, but you people
Nobody
ruined it.
ruined Kyle. Nobody ruined Kyle Pitts.
You
for
people.
You. The only people that ruin Kyle Pitts for you is Kyle Pitts. That's the only person that can ruin Kyle Pitts for you.
All I know is that he's going off against the Browns. I'm letting you know right now. Kyle Pitts explosion week incoming.
I hate you people.
So, Baker, who you playing at quarterback? Because I know Kyle Pitts is not QB eligible.
I mean, maybe if he was QB eligible, I still wouldn't play him. The only other person that I might, I mean, you mentioned the players that definitely, the Lamars, the Josh Allens. I'm not playing Geno Smith, and the Jalen Hurtses all definitely belong in tournaments, cash game, whatever. The one piece, he currently has messed up ribs, but he does get Houston. So I got, you want to talk about ceiling. Somebody who might have the same ceiling as Lamar or as a Josh Allen might be Justin Herbert. Might be.
No, he doesn't. And here's why. He don't run. Remember, rushing yards are way, way more valuable than passing. Period. Like, literally, the Hurt business and Lamar have 100 yards rushing in their toolbox. Mr. Busted Ribs does not. So he literally has to go for 403, where Josh Allen can go for 250, 2 in the air and 1 on the ground, and destroys Justin Herbert in fantasy points.
I said might.
No, there ain't no might. There ain't no might.
There is a might.
There's 3 guys. 3 guys, Baker. 3 that can have that ceiling. Period. And back their way into it. Justin Herbert does not have that out. He doesn't.
I mean, I get the fact that right now I'm saying he's limited in his rushing abilities.
There is no. Go on.
What, he's limited in his rushing abilities with his messed up ribs. That's what I'm saying.
He never was a rusher.
He had like one good game where he ran. It was against
Justin Herbert.
It was against Pittsburgh.
Justin Herbert is Pat Mahomes. Like he is Pat Mahomes equal when it comes to rushing. You don't look at his rushing like, oh my God, he's a great runner, but he can run. Push come to shove, Justin Herbert can run, but due to his messed up midsection, like that most likely will not be an option for him unless it's literally just nothing besides green grasses in front of him.
Yeah, but here's my other argument about that is that in order to reach a ceiling 90% of the time, the other team has to push back. And while Houston has been quote unquote competitive, I don't see this game ending 28-31. I just don't. Because if that's the case, I'd rather just save the money and play Davis Mills. Right?
Davis Mills has a tougher matchup, so I don't know why you would go that route.
Does he? Because Trevor Lawrence didn't think that secondary was shit last week. He carved them boys up.
I mean,
so please tell me that you're not comparing freaking anybody else to that vaunted, tougher matchup secondary and the Chargers when we just saw Trevor Lawrence have a career day against their asses. Don't give me that.
Okay, Trevor Lawrence had a career day for him. Congratulations. That's one matchup. We have 3 weeks of data. The other 2 weeks that you're ignoring in this, when Chill's boy David Carr couldn't throw it past anybody besides Devontae Adams, and he's
Carr's ass.
He did okay then. What, Davis Mills is the greatest thing since sliced bread? Derek Carr's better than Davis Mills, so I'm gonna say that Derek Carr, like Davis Mills, does not have a favorable matchup. That's why I wouldn't go the Davis Mills route.
I don't know. Derek Carr is looking kind of sus. I mean, he might be worse than Davis Mills.
But would it be, especially considering how much the Chargers are not using running backs right now? Would it surprise you if they put up 28 points and they all came off the right arm of Justin Herbert? Wouldn't surprise me.
It wins. No. I'm saying I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. However, I'm just saying that if that's his ceiling, the 304, it still does not compare to Jalen Hurts rushing for 50 and a rushing touchdown, throwing for 200 and 2 in the air.
Anytime somebody has 4 touchdowns in a game, like your ceiling's pretty high.
Well, especially if they're rushing touchdowns,
which they will not be from Justin Herbert. Again, if anybody wants to take the ownership discount in a guy like Justin Herbert, okay. If that's your way of justifying it, okay. But to say that he has anywhere near the ceiling of Lamar, Josh Allen, and Jalen Hurts, you're outside of your mind.
Well, I've been known
wrong.
to be.
You're just wrong.
I've been known to be outside of my mind on a handful of different occasions.
Right? You're just wrong.
But
you're flat out just wrong.
But I think even if it's not there, it's not far off.
Right. But again, there's the problem though, because Justin Herbert is priced right behind these dudes. It's not like you're saving thousands of dollars to go down to Justin Herbert. I mean, you might as well find a couple $100 just to go up to these other guys.
I think I would rather play Kyler Murray.
Gross.
Dumpster fire.
I would rather play Geno than Kyler Murray.
I would rather play Kyler than Herbert. I don't mind playing Geno at all.
But why Kyler over Herbert?
Because he doesn't have broken ribs.
I mean,
literally.
That is true.
He also ain't got nobody to throw to.
Because, okay. Well, I mean, Kyler just has, like I said, I'm not going to disregard Justin Herbert's rushing ability. It's not, like Mahomes rushes more. Like Herbert's got it. So I'm not going to argue with you on that front. But Carolina's defense is not particularly well. Kyler's coming in at 1%. That ain't gonna change. Nobody's playing Kyler Murray. There'll be more ownership on Herbert than Murray.
Right, and I mean, even look at his stacking options. So, like, you got to get Mike Williams, pricey. His other boy that could come back this week, Keenan Allen, pricey. You stack up freaking Kyler Murray, Rondale Moore.
I mean,
what?
That's the only positive about Kyler Murray is all his stacking options are cheap, for the most part, kind of cheap.
I would, like I said, I'm not going to argue with the Herbert play. They are playing Houston. But, like, the part that would worry about me with Herbert is, like, if they do, let's say they do run the ball with Eckler, right? Like, if they get up big in this game, like, wouldn't they just pull him?
Oh, if they get up big and it's not on the arm of Justin Herbert can't get there.
Well, no, I'm just saying when they just pull him out of the game.
Who knows? Coaches do dumb shit.
Well, they pull him back. I'm pretty sure they would just run more, right?
Right. Like, if Herbert had healthy ribs, I would be more on your side, Baker. But, like, he's got broke ribs. He shouldn't have played last week.
His ribs didn't get worse.
Yeah, but like when
I'm pretty sure playing a full contact sport, it didn't get better.
Listen, when everybody when everybody in the media and like all these former players are like, yeah, he shouldn't have played. He probably shouldn't have played, but his coach is a moron.
That's like telling me not to do a shot of tequila, then I go to the gym and play basketball. I probably shouldn't do it, but every so often I do it.
Are you playing basketball with broken ribs?
No, I'm just fat and out of shape, and playing basketball drunk sounds terrible.
Nah.
Oh, yeah.
Nah. So, I mean, on DraftKings, right? So, your boy is 7K flat.
Yes.
Okay. So, that is more of a point on DraftKings because, like, in order to get to Josh Allen, you need to find $1,400. So, I get it from a price perspective. But remember, DraftKings also offers bonuses. So you mean to tell me that Josh Allen ain't throwing for 300 yards? You can book that.
Absolutely.
You need to tell me Lamar doesn't have the potential to rush for 100. You can book that. Not book 100, but book close to it.
I mean, 2 or 3 weeks, he's rushed for over 100 yards.
Right. Same with the Hurt business.
And I mean, Buffalo's defense at this point is running out the scout team.
Yeah, man. There's just,
they're hurt.
I mean, everybody hurt. Like this game could get ugly real quick.
Well, don't get it twisted. I'm not even in a Justin Herbert lineup. I wouldn't dare be stupid enough to fade this game.
Yeah, you need to find yourself a Bill. You need to find yourself a Raven. I don't care who. Just make sure you find it and go from there. So I'm with it. All right, let's move on to running back while I had to get a little hot, a little heated about Justin Herbert versus these other guys. My apologies. But running back is, again, FanDuel has some discounts on these top guys.
I mean, insane discounts.
Right. Because, I mean, it's the algorithm, bro. I mean, it's just the way it is. They don't score touchdowns. They get their prices deduced. Whereas DraftKings is like, nah, fam, we ain't letting you get away with that shit. Like, we might bump down $100, but, you know.
We ain't bumping down to thousands of dollars.
Right. Nah, you ain't getting that. But as we mentioned before, it looks like Khalil Herbert and Jamal Williams are going to be the chalk. So we need to find other spots to go to. As I mentioned, these top guys on FanDuel are just like so cheap where I really can't justify trying to fade them. But there are a couple interesting options that I would like to discuss with you two gentlemen and see how you feel about them. Okay. My first option is Najee Harris against the Jets. The Jets are ass when it comes to defending the run. However, I'm also aware that the Steelers' offensive line is ass. So, which one wins in this scenario? I don't know. Well, I know no one in their right mind is playing Najee Harris. Okay, and the second guy, intriguing, is Rashard Penny. You got the matchup of all matchups. We know that Jamal Williams gets the Seahawks, and we saw what he did last week. But on the other side, Rashard Penny gets Detroit, who is worse in defending the run than Seattle. So, from an ownership and price perspective, because on FanDuel, Jamal Williams checks in because they weren't playing. They're like, I know he's going to start. He needs a price bump. So he's 7,400. Rashard Penny, 6,700. Just saying, from a leverage perspective, an ownership perspective. And I think, Chill, you said that Geno Smith was carrying some high ownership and Tyler Lockett?
Yes, sir.
Pivot. Rashard Penny. It's right there. So, guys, what do you think about those options? And who else are you targeting at the running back position this week?
I'll let Baker go.
Well, first and foremost, I don't see a world where you can where I could ever play both Khalil Herbert and Jamal Williams. Like that just
in the same lineup?
That just sounds terrible.
Oh, hell no. In a tournament? Hell no.
I could.
In a tournament?
Absolutely.
What are you feeding the Bills game if you're doing that?
I mean, there's still value.
He can play Isaiah McKenzie or
Davis. Just to go off the rails a little bit here. Here are the top 10 scoring wide receivers from last week. Devonta Smith, Mac Hollins, Marquise Brown, Russell Gage. Let me know how many all-pros we have here. Zay Jones, Chris Olave, Romeo Doubs, Isaiah McKenzie, Devontae Parker, and Tyler Boyd. Those were your 10 highest scoring wide receivers last week.
Hey, man, can we all admit that last week was just weird? Like, I get what you're trying to set up here.
Wide receiver will always be the most volatile position in this fucking game we gamble on.
I beg to differ. Defense.
I beg to differ. Tight end.
No, tight end just sucks.
Wide receiver.
It sucks. But I mean, at wide receiver, you gotta pick 3 of them. You only gotta pick 1 defense and 1 tight end. 2 if you're feeling frisky.
But yeah, you could absolutely play both chalk running backs in the same lineup.
I mean, like Sully was saying, I get what you're saying. I would be willing to bet any amount, Chill.
Any amount.
That we do not see another week with that much insanity as far as value hitting to be a top 10 wide receiver.
I beg to differ. This is a passing league.
The entire top 10 was value. That won't happen again.
It can absolutely happen again.
Well, Chill, you build that and leave $5,000 on the table.
Yeah, because like that's what you would have done last week. If you would have built the Raiders receiver Chris Olave and Devontae Parker, not Parker, Devontae Parker, you leave $10 million on the table.
Or Devonta Smith.
Or Devonta Smith. That's what I was actually thinking of, but then I realized Devontae Parker actually went off too.
Pure insanity. Pure insanity.
Pure.
But other than your chalk guys, Baker, who else were you explaining to try to play?
She'll just keep getting me frustrated. I keep forgetting what I be about to say.
Come on,
Gosh.
Baker. Getting old.
Well, you got me frustrated in the quarterback section, and he got you frustrated in the running back section. Now we get the wide receivers. Who's going to piss Chill off?
I mean, I'm going to say this, and not just because of our conversation earlier.
If this is about Ezekiel Elliott,
I promise you, I will kick you straight off if you say that fat bastard in Dallas.
There's a
test me, bro. Test me, bro.
There's a reason behind it.
Me, bro.
There's a reason behind it, and the only reason I bring him up, because initially I'm saying talking about it pre-show, blah 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 blah. I didn't realize that he was the same price as Jamal Williams. So it just makes an interesting leverage option. Price pivot. Sorry, not leverage. Price pivot to Zeke.
You know he's $300 cheaper than Rashard Penny on FanDuel?
The fuck?
What do you mean the fuck? What do you mean? Why does that shock you?
It's extremely... Why?
Why? Why does that shock you?
Well, how cheap is Zeke then? I think that's the question I need to ask. How cheap is
on FanDuel? He is 6,400.
64.
And Rashad Penny is what? 61?
6'7".
I wouldn't play Rashad Penny over there with you people.
Shit.
Cool. 49 over here, homie.
Listen, do you realize that Washington actually has a decent run defense? Do you realize that he's basically splitting time evenly with Tony Pollard?
I mean, Washington did shut down Philadelphia's rush offense.
Yeah, you know, the number one rushing offense in the NFL, despite going against Washington. I'm sorry, second behind the Cleveland Browns. Washington shut them down. You think he can't do you think they can't do that against Fat Boy Zeke?
Zeke's not actually even fat anymore.
Neither is Pater, but he's still the fat shit.
Well, that's just a nickname, but Zeke's not actually fat.
It's my nickname for Zeke. Actually, no, it's Dusty.
I hate everything about you.
He is dust, bro.
Dude, he's dust. Dust
in the wind, bro. Like, okay, you want to play Zeke. You want to play Zeke. Where is the ceiling for this cat? His best game literally happened last week because he luck boxed himself into a touchdown.
Are you saying?
Literally. Tony Pollard had over 100 yards rushing. The week before, Tony Pollard was a top 3 running back. And he splits time with this loser. So I don't understand how he's even touching the ball, and you want to consider playing him?
So you're telling me,
you just want to stick to the brand, bro. You just want to stick to the brand.
So you're telling me 100 yards is it was not in the cards for Ezekiel.
Yeah, if he had a freaking inhaler on the sideline to make sure he can actually breathe after a run. Not to
mention Tony Pollard had a good game on Monday, but like we're not going to sit here and act like Zeke had a bad game.
I never said it was bad.
Like, all right,
he said it wasn't.
He it's not even like luck box his way in the end zone. He was the one on the field, like Tony Pollard the week before. He got into the end zone. Zeke didn't. Why? Because he was a running back on the field. That given play, they decided to run the ball. Zeke just so happened to be there. He said, "Excuse me, defender. While I fall, I'm going to put this ball over the threshold."
That's what he does good. Is he can fall forward. I give you that.
But let's not act like he didn't still have 70 plus yards rushing. All right, Tony Pollard had 100 yards. They're a great combination.
You need to get over it, man.
I'm not.
You need to take this young man out the pasture and shoot him. Just deal with Zeke not being good. Just deal with him not being good anymore, bro.
Take him out to pasture and shoot him. All right.
It's time.
Sully.
What up, fam?
I will make this deal with you.
Oh, sure. Okay, what's up?
I will tell Zeke to stare at the flowers. Walking Dead reference if you don't get it. When you do the same with Miles Sanders.
Okay, first of all. Miles Sanders is great. All right.
All right. I'm just saying, like we can both put our boys down right now right now. If you just go ahead and put that bullet right in the back of freaking Miles Sanders' head, because he's trash.
All right, look, listen to me as hard as you can. All right, I will take Zeke versus Miles Sanders this week, straight up.
Done. You lose.
Baker, you haven't beat me in a prop bet in like a year.
I thought you were gonna take Rashad Penny versus Zeke.
That's an easy win. I don't want to do that. No. He called my boy out. Even though Rashard Penny is a member of the brand.
All right. When Miles Sanders has 2 carries for 50 yards and gets hurt, I'm laughing my ass off.
Listen, man, there's 3 members of the brand. All right. It's Tony Pollard, Miles Sanders, and Rashard Penny. Okay. You mess with any of those 3, I'll fight you.
I mean, that's perfectly fine. You're losing this bet.
Chill. Is there anyone interest you at the running back position before I go over Baker's house and literally like have a WWE wrestling match with him?
I mean, I'm watching WWE right now, so like we could do this like Riddle and freaking Damian Priest. Like, let's go.
Nah, man, I'm just gonna come out like Braun and just steamroll your ass around the freaking ring. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh!
That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, a couple of the running backs. I mentioned off the air. Austin Eckler, super intriguing to me. Houston's run defense is quite terrible. The only thing that scares me about Eckler is his. It's kind of been a little bit of a timeshare. He's not being used all too much. But Houston's run defense is really bad. And again, if they're trying to save Herbert from this rib injury, they should probably get it out to Eckler a little bit more, as we're kind of looking at some of the other guys here. Another one, again, I do like Javonte Williams this week as well, going up against Vegas. Like, their defense is definitely one of the worst in the league. The Broncos are really good at run blocking. Again, he's just another one who's just, his snap rate is not where you would want it to be, unfortunately.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Chill. Okay. And I'm just gonna put a tiny caveat to that. What team does he play for?
That's right.
Okay, so and how many points do they score a game? Like, you literally watched him play to a final of 10-11.
I did. I
saw baseball scores higher than that.
I did as well.
So like, even when he gets to the 1 yard line, he's just gonna fumble.
At least he didn't fumble. All right, it's not like. I mean, like I said, it comes with a risk. It does.
Yeah, it's a very high risk.
It does come with a risk, but I mean, Vegas's defense it's terrible. I mean, this is going to be the,
could this be a get right spot for Let's Ride?
Well, I don't know if I can go that far, but I mean, if there would be a game that would shoot out for absolutely no reason, this would be the one.
All I know is that the Raiders and Let's Ride is 2-0 or 2-1. Vegas is 0-3, and they're favored.
And Vegas's defense is awful.
So is Derek Carr, bro. I'm over it. I'm over burning money on that, man.
I mean, Vegas's defense is terrible, but somehow they haven't gotten to a shootout yet this year.
Because Derek Carr is incapable of shooting out.
I mean, the Tennessee game was close to a shootout. I actually don't remember what the final score was.
Again, if you're going to bank on a shootout, just bank on Seattle and Detroit. Just go there.
That's the easy one.
Yeah, that's the easy one.
And then, I mean, again, off air, we mentioned this guy. Like, are we finally going to click Cordero Patterson?
I mean,
if there's a week to do it, it was last week.
I mean, it would be chasing points for sure, but I think the Atlanta offense it becomes way more intriguing if Myles Garrett is ruled out.
How is Cordero Patterson going to score points if Kyle Pitts has them all?
Because he'll get the bonus.
Did Baker log off?
No, I'm here. I'm here. I just wasn't gonna say anything. I've mentioned my point on Kyle Pitts. He's still sucks.
Kyle Pitts was the 5th highest scoring tight end on the slate last week.
Congratulations. It's a position that nobody gives a shit about.
And honestly, he would have been 4th had Joe Flacco just not fed Tyler Conklin the ball. Like, literally, at the end of the game, Joe Flacco just threw to Tyler Conklin.
And if Travis Kelce didn't forget how to catch, he would have broke the slate. But ifs or wishes and so on and
He
so
wouldn't
forth.
have broke the slate. You give him 6 points, he's still behind Mark Andrews.
Yeah, Mark Andrews smashed.
He would have had 3 touchdowns. He dropped 2.
Okay, he dropped 2, but
yeah,
I'm sure Mark Andrews dropped like 4.
Yeah. Like I don't know what's to do. Yeah,
I'm sorry, a 3 touchdown game.
Okay, and if Kyle Pitts would have caught the 80-yard bomb, then now what, Baker? Now what?
Well, one,
we're living on Fantasy Island with Baker on the what if. So give me the bonus. Give me the bonus. Give me 80 yards. Give me a touchdown. You knock it off, Baker.
You brought up the what if, Joe, not me. You
knock it off, Baker.
You
knock it off.
What if? The fuck you talking about, dude? You brought up what if?
No, you brought up what if. I just said if Tyler Conklin didn't get garbage time.
If Tyler Conklin! You just literally said if Tyler Conklin!
Yeah, and not breaking the slate. I'm just saying he would have been 4th. You're saying, well, Travis Kelce would have broke the slate. I didn't mention breaking the slate. I didn't mention anything.
If. The same thing you said. If Tyler Conklin didn't get blah, blah, blah. If Travis Kelce didn't.
Garbage time. There's a huge time, but like garbage time and then breaking the slate, Baker.
Chill. That's the pivotal part of this conversation. If. You want to bring up if Tyler Conklin blah, 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 blah. If Travis Kelce didn't.
It was literally all at the end of the game. Literally all garbage time.
But you're still missing the point, Chill. You're missing the point. It's if.
No, there's a difference. You're saying break the slate.
He would have broke the slate. 3 touchdowns is breaking it.
He would have broke the. I'm arguing over like 5 points in garbage time against the Bengals. I'm not even mentioning breaking the slate.
If Chill.
Yeah. And if Kyle Pitts would have caught the 82-yard fucking touchdown from Marcus Mariota.
Take that 80-yard touchdown if he catches that, because Marcus Mariota actually puts it on him. And if Travis Kelce catches 3 touchdowns, Travis Kelce still breaks it over freaking Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, but my guy's 4,600.
And my dude 10X's, or not 10X's, no, whoa.
10X's, huh?
70. Whoa. I don't remember what his price was last week. I'm like, hold on. Even not a 10X.
10X?
70-point tight end?
I don't remember what his price was. Whoa. Because you had just said 4K, and I'm like, hold on, 4. Whoa, that's 10. No. He would have, what, 6X? 5, 6X?
Wide receivers this week.
By the way, so you were asking for when Chill was about to get hyped. There it is, right there. Because Lord Jesus let somebody talk bad about Kyle fucking Pitts.
All right, so apparently no one's gonna get pissed off at the wide receiver section because Chill just got pissed off at the tight end section.
Yes.
So,
which we haven't even gotten to tight ends, but we spent so much time talking about tight ends tonight.
Yeah, we don't even need to talk about tight ends. It's already been done. It's already done.
You guys are playing Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts can go fuck himself to me.
Wow. Wide receivers on the slate this week. Steph Diggs is a good play, and Michael Pittman is a good play. AJ Brown, decent. So, chill. Did you watch the Swolecast today?
I did not.
So a funny thing about what they mentioned today is that Arizona could literally have the shortest wide receiving core of all time, like statistically in history. So like AJ Green is out, and if Rondale Moore comes back, all their receivers will be under 5'8".
That's hilarious.
Literally, Greg Dortch, Hollywood Brown, and Rondale Moore will be their receiving core. That would be hilarious. And I'd actually like it. Because they're all cheap. I mean, Hollywood's got a good price. But I mean, he got a good pricing on FanDuel. He's $7,700 for goodness sakes. But yeah, those were a lot of catches. A lot of catches last week. But some of the more interesting ones that are kind of standing out to me is that price-wise, did CeeDee Lamb remember how to catch? Or he just had more opportunities?
Well, he dropped a wide open 50-yard bomb, and then he made a nice one-handed catch in the end zone. So the latter, maybe.
Fair. But like as far as like high price guys, I mean, you're looking at Diggs and Devontae Adams on an island by himself. Everyone else is kind of mid-tier. I mean, you got no Cooper Kupp. There's no Tyreek Hill. There's no Jalen Waddle. There's no Jamar Chase. There's no T. Higgins. Those guys are all, there's no Justin Jefferson. They're all gone. So is everybody going to try to jam in Steph Diggs? Or is there other options that we can go to?
I think they'll try and jam in Diggs.
Because I really think CeeDee Lamb is about to be the chalk.
I think Diggs is going to be the chalk.
You guys got ownership projections up. So tell me, where on a Wednesday, where do they sit?
Diggs is at 17%, which puts him at the third highest owned wide receiver.
Who's above him?
I have CD at 18%.
Gone.
Oh. I have CeeDee Lamb at 10.
I have Steph Diggs at 23.
So for my three highest owned wide receivers is Lockett at 24, Brandon Cooks at 23.
Oh my God. People are jamming in Brandon Cooks this week, aren't they?
He's 5,800 playing at home. And then
against a bad secondary.
Well, the secondary might not be bad, but Bose is out. Bose is out, so that doesn't help their case either.
They're bad.
And then Steph Diggs at 17. Again, it's Wednesday. This will all change pretty dramatically.
Sully, why's your wife calling me? For fuck's sake.
I don't know. Probably wants the D. I don't care. Calling fucking me. Obviously, you better not answer because you're in the middle of something.
I didn't. Oh, Jesus.
Imagine on my show picking up a phone call from my wife. What the hell?
I don't want you to hear her talking about, like what her and I do behind your back. So.
Hey man, I'll talk to you up front about what me and Nikki do behind your back. So I mean, it is what it is.
I think we're gonna need a couple reminders on the show. We don't condone doing stuff behind other people's backs here in the Deli. We don't condone gun violence.
Why did this turn to a PBS special all of a sudden?
I think we just need to toss it out there, just in case of a sponsor is listening.
You're right. None of this infidelity is not condoned on the DFS Deli. Okay.
Yeah.
I think the most interesting ownership, getting back to the show, ownership thing to me right now is why is DJ Moore trying to get some ownership right now? Like I understand his price is nice.
DJ Moore is trash.
DJ Moore is fantastic. His quarterback is trash.
Speaking of trash quarterbacks, Zach Wilson is back this week.
Bombs over Baghdad. Time.
All aboard the Elijah Moore train, baby.
Load up all the Eli Moore you can handle.
Load it up, bro. Yes. I am in. Pittsburgh secondary is ass. They're ass.
So you probably just played Deontay Johnson then, right?
No, here's what you do to win the Millie, okay? Here's what you do.
Oh, God.
Ready?
Here comes something
I'm not even saving it for Saturday. I'm going to let you know that right now, all right? You go Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, Zach Wilson, run it back with Najee Harris. Boom. Million.
And then the rest of your
shootout.
And then the rest of your team is just Bills and Ravens.
And Seahawks and Lions. Try to get as much as that as possible. So I just gave you the sauce. The cheese is underneath the sauce. Okay, that's the sauce. I just gave it to you. Take that for what you will. Right.
Like I said, I'm pretty high on somebody like Drake London. I'm going to keep playing Drake London until he gets out of the price range.
I mean, he got a decent little price bump. Like he keeps getting his small little price bumps every week, just a little.
Yeah, I mean, again, he's the third most targeted wide receiver in the league, so I'm gonna keep playing him.
And what about Zay Jones?
Zay Jones is so cheap.
He's so cheap, and he gets targets out the wazoo. I mean, either him or one of these Giants guys have to catch the ball, right? Because everyone else keeps getting hurt.
Richie James Jr.
There it is.
4K.
I think this might be the actual week that Dabo might finally be like, all right, Kadarius, I'll finally let you do you.
Doubt it.
He has nobody else to throw to.
He ain't letting Kenny Galladay or Kadarius Toney out of the damn doghouse.
Well, Kenny Galladay sucks.
He's trash.
I mean, if you're looking to get really frisky in that Buffalo game, Devin Duvernay is 4,100 on DK.
Dude, you do not have to sell me.
I would say that's not
Duvernay,
getting frisky.
bro.
As Sully,
that is my boy.
Sully said that man's name way too many times on Sunday.
Devin Duvernay, bro. I have a team that's in first place in one of my best ball leagues, and Devin Duvernay is like my wide receiver 2.
That sounds disgusting.
I wish I could be making that up.
Also, I mean, and truthfully, if Gabe Davis's ownership stays pretty low, it's the move would probably just be play Gabe Davis, right?
I could not agree with that more.
You got a thumbs up from me.
I mean, he's right now for me. He's showing under 10. I don't know what he's looking like for you, Chill.
4% on DK.
Hey Baker, what is Devin Duvernay at?
1.
Let's go.
Or like, my bad, 2.68.
You want to get frisky with your Lamar stacks, bro? There it is, frisky. Devin Duvernay is going to be on that Millie team with Zach Wilson. Okay, Garrett Wilson, Elijah Moore, and Najee freaking Harris. You can just slot Devin Duvernay and Gabe Davis in. That's the mini.
Also, you may not like it, but Devontae Adams' ownership is going to be pretty low. Maybe for good reason, but
yeah, because
why wouldn't I like it?
Because Derek Carr's throwing to him.
I'm just saying
he's so bad.
Yeah, but his ownership is coming in low. So, like, if you want to play a high price wide receiver, you probably just play Devontae. Although I'll probably just keep putting in AJ Brown.
Yeah, until proven otherwise.
Yeah.
Would you take him or the Slim Reaper if you had to pick one eagle?
If I have to pick one eagle,
yep.
I'm going. AJ Brown's just more proven, so I'll go on the little more chalkier side.
I don't know, man. You know how recency bias is. Everybody saw what Devontae Smith did last week.
His ownership right now is at 7%.
The Slim Reapers?
Yep.
Wow.
I don't know if people are believing in this Jacksonville's defense because it's like number 1 in the league.
Well, they'll have a little test this week. They'll have a little test.
I think so.
All right, so let's get through tight end real quick, seeing as how 90% of the show is already about tight end.
Yeah, despite Kyle Pitts.
Just play Kyle Pitts. No, seriously, though. So how are we going to make the room to try and play Mark Andrews is the real question.
I probably won't.
I probably won't either. Bro, he is 8'4" on FanDuel. Steph Diggs is 8'7".
He said,
you can kiss all of my ass if you think I'm paying 8'4" for a tight end, not named Travis Kelce. I wouldn't even pay that.
I don't usually. I've never been one to really play Travis Kelce, and it's never really hurt me. So,
I mean, I think there's a couple of intriguing cheaper options, which there always is. TJ Hawkinson. If they're going to be down the sun god, he didn't practice today. He's questionable for Sunday. So target's got to go somewhere. TJ Hawkinson's still cheap. Kyle Pitts, of course. And I think a lot of people are going to go towards David Njoku this week as well.
He is the 3rd highest owned tight end on DraftKings.
And I don't mind the play. Atlanta's butt against the tight end.
Yeah, if you're going to pay down, you pay down for Njoku.
I mean, my list is short, very short. It's comprised of those 3 guys.
What about your boy Pat Freiermuth?
Is his name Najee Harris? Because the only Steeler that's going to score on Sunday is Najee Harris. Okay.
Najee Harris kicks field goals?
They're going to go for 2. Every time.
I just figured.
And Najee Harris is going to be running the ball.
I just figured they weren't going to sniff the red zone, so.
Baker. What's the – is the line still like 39.5? Or was that the Green Bay game?
The Green Bay. I was
Well,
Green Bay's double-digit favorites.
40 and a half.
It's 40.5.
Yes, sir.
That's my lock of the week. Over.
What, the Jets and Steelers?
Yep.
It's 40. I got 40. Yeah, 41 and a half.
Oh yeah, over.
I mean,
Over.
I could actually get with that over. I don't hate that over.
Over.
I think
I gave you Seahawks Falcons last week as the easiest over in the history of mankind, and that was the easiest over in the history of mankind. This one's gonna hit too. Check it.
Now, I think the easiest over in the history that I can think of in recent history was when the Rams and Chiefs played on Monday Night Football, and the over/under was like 80, and I still would have bet the over considering the score hit 100.
Hey man, Buffalo Baltimore might be like that this week, dog.
Like I pray for anybody who chooses to fade that game.
Oh yeah, rest in peace. Go to sleep. Just clock out. If you don't have a Bill or a Raven in your lineups this week, you lost. It's simple as that. You lost. I'm sorry. Defenses?
Oh yeah,
or is there any other tight end that we missed?
My tight end play is just lock in Mark Andrews.
Just try to find the money for Mark Andrews.
I mean, considering the fact that Chill's point is the fact that you can find all these great cheap wide receiver plays elsewhere, why not just lock in Mark Andrews?
I mean, my double stack would be Mark Andrews, Lamar, and Devin Duvernay.
With a Gabe Davis bring back? I got you, fam.
Dude, you think I'm playing? I'm playing some Devin Duvernay.
I'm going to be so sad when freaking Devin Singletary scores all the touchdowns. I'm going to be so tilted.
Kind of like last week where Devin Singletary went off and Chase Edmonds went off and Tyreek Hill did nothing and Jalen Waddle was okay.
And J.K. Dobbins is going to go off too.
Don't wish that upon anybody in the fantasy community. Anybody. Don't do it, babe. Don't do it.
I mean, the ultimate contrarian bros would love it.
Losers. Anyone else chill at tight end?
I mean, Dallas Goedert will never steer you wrong.
Yeah, that's a good mention too. That's a good mention. Anytime it involves the hurt business, yeah, I'm good.
Again, I'm with it. That target share is only going to a couple people.
Right. That's the good thing about stacking Jalen Hurts. You know where the ball is going. It's one of three cats.
Smith, Brown, Goddard, or himself.
Or himself, exactly. Defenses. They put the Raiders at the Stone Men, and I can guarantee you they're going to be the most popular defense on Fanduel.com. Guaranteed. And I'm playing it.
According to these projections, your highest owned defense on FanDuel is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I don't know why they're going to get roasted.
Probably because Zach Wilson's not good at football.
Chill. Expect a phone call at like 8:00 when lineups finish and I have $1 million in my bank account because I played Zach Wilson, who just scorched the Pittsburgh Steelers. Check it.
I hope you do hit the $1 million.
Check it, bro. You don't even need to text me. All right. I guess we send our dog hair lineups in a GIF form now. So I need to find me a good Zach Wilson GIF. Because Lord knows I want to play Geno Smith again, but I mean, if y'all want to talk shit about my boy Zach Wilson, y'all about to get these hands.
Your three highest projected owned defenses on DraftKings would be the Giants, the Steelers, and the Bears.
Giants? Yeah, I can see it. I mean, over here on FanDuel, Arizona's 3-2 against Carolina, and Baker Mayfield is ass.
You're not wrong. If I'm going to pay up for a defense this week, I'm probably just going to go up to the Cowboys.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. You get no debate from me.
I mean, after that, probably I mean, Raiders, if you want to go Raiders, if you have no faith in the Let's Ride.
Let's ride. Just, oh my God, man.
It's just my only issue with that is like Russell Wilson doesn't turn over the ball.
He doesn't. That's true.
But he'll hang on to
that
the
is
ball.
very true.
That would be my only concern. So I like the Cardinals call, truthfully.
Again, because the actor is ass at football. So, yeah.
I honestly think
QBR 32 out of 32. Baker Mayfield is 32.
I think Philadelphia's defense could be intriguing as well as a pay up option. If you think Jacksonville's going to be trailing in this game.
Dude, that was my lock of the week last week. I used one defense, the Eagles. Number one defense scoring, the Eagles.
Same.
I'm with it. Well, before we get into some boldness, Baker, any defenses? Or you just riding with the Cowboys?
I mean, I love the Cowboys. I think both the Cardinals and Panthers defenses are definitely in play, though.
I like it.
I could toss out one more gross defense on DK. Do you want to play the Patriots against Aaron Rodgers?
Yes.
Damn, y'all some haters.
I mean, because they can't score in the second half. The first half, they look great. And then the second half of the game rolls around, and the Packers are ass.
When are the Patriots going to score? They go against they have Brian Hoyer.
They're going to run the ball 39. It's going to be the winter game all over again.
It's going to be Ramondre Stevenson breaking the slate.
The win game all over again against Buffalo?
Yeah.
That's fair. Green Bay's too damn expensive. They're the highest priced defense. I'm good. Pass. Hard pass. Before we wrap things up, don't forget to like and subscribe. It takes you 1 second to do so. Appreciate all the feedback. And the follows, the views, the downloads, not views, the listens, the downloads, the most important integral part of the success of this podcast. Appreciate you all being here tonight. Give me something bold or a few things if you got something off the top of your head for week 4. Chill, hit me with something bold.
Something bold? I mean, we do have a theme to this show at the tight end position.
We do.
Yes!
We absolutely do.
Yes!
Trust me, Chill. I was going straight there too.
It's okay.
Get him with it, Chill.
I mean, I'll just go with this, man. Kyle Pitts is outscoring Mark Andrews.
Do. You're soft, you're sloppy. They calling me Poppy. Oh, sorry. I just got Enzo Amore vibes for a second because I had to hit him with it.
Wow.
Kyle Pitts outscores Mark Andrews. Love it. Baker. Bold.
Kyle Pitts, 5 points or less.
You're soft, you're sloppy. Baker. Not only do I agree with Chill's call.
But.
Okay. Not only do I agree with that.
But.
Okay. There's a couple bold calls because I already mentioned one. All right. Because the Steelers and Jets are hitting the over. All right. That's bold call. So call number 1. Call number 2, I agree with Chill, is that Kyle Pitts will outscore Mark Andrews this week. Okay. But bold call number 3, minus Zach Wilson winning someone $1 million. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Winning me $1 million. Me specifically, just this guy on an island by himself with this double stack bring back. All right. Just that. Okay. The Raven that you need will be Devin Duvernay. Devin Duvernay, top 3 receiver this week.
Do you want an actual bold call from me besides the Kyle Pitts shit?
Hit him with it, Zoe.
Gabe Davis is not going to match his playoff game versus the Chiefs, but it is going to be eerily similar to that.
Oh, Gabe Davis breakout season. So I already know your bold call for Saturday then. Who's breaking the slate? It's Gabe Davis?
I mean, it's probably going to be Mark Andrews and Gabe Davis.
Bro. So you're basically telling me I need to run 2 tight ends. Because if Kyle Pitts is outscoring Mark Andrews, and Mark Andrews is going to break the slate, what the hell is Kyle Pitts about to do?
I figured your bold call would have been Zeke at like 80 yards total.
Wow.
Yikes.
That seems pretty bold.
Wow.
He's ass.
You got to put him to bed on that one.
Hello.
Into the abyss, Baker goes. Chill, you know what to do. Get those damn mop buckets out. Turn this grill off. Turn the open sign to closed. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Let's get this bread in week 4. I won it in week 3. My God. But we're on to week 4, damn it. And as always, hopefully, well, if you're in the Millie, you'll see me at the top. But in your other tournaments, I hope to see you all at the top. Thanks for listening. Peace.